Intro. Midnight to 3 o'clock. Welcome, everyone, to an extraordinary deep dive into artificial intelligence with our exclusive podcast, AI's Hidden Dangers Revealed in 2025. I'm your host, and today we're uncovering a technology reshaping our lives. Sometimes for good, often with risks we can't ignore. This isn't just about robots. It's about AI impacting jobs, elections, healthcare, and privacy. If you're curious, hit that like button. Subscribe for weekly insights. Drop your biggest AI fear in the comments. We'll tackle some today. Over the next 45 minutes, we'll explore ethics, jobs, and solutions with Dr. Guest Name. Grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's begin. Like if you're excited. Segment 1. 3 to 1800 hours. Let's start with the ethical challenges of AI in 2025. This is no longer sci-fi. AI is making real decisions that shape our world. Take hiring. A World Economic Forum study conducted this year revealed that AI-powered recruitment tools reject 20% more female candidates due to biased data, often sourced from male-dominated industries. In the U.S., a major tech firm faced a high-profile lawsuit after its AI hiring system demonstrated a 15% bias against minorities, sparking widespread debate. Shocking, right? This bias stems from training data that reflects historical inequalities, a problem experts call a mirror of society's flaws. Now, deepfakes, AI-generated videos have reached a terrifying level of realism, fooling 30% of viewers in a 2025 MIT experiment. Last month, a fake speech by a European political leader nearly swayed a national election, only debunked after significant damage. The technology behind deepfakes uses advanced neural networks trained on millions of hours of video, making detection harder every day. Joining me is Dr. Guest Name, a renowned AI ethics expert who warns AI without oversight is a ticking time bomb. Dr. Guest Name, what's driving this bias in AI systems? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. It's the data, garbage in, garbage out. Spot on, and that garbage often comes from unfiltered internet sources. And autonomous weapons. Asian militaries are actively testing AI-powered drones that autonomously pick targets, with a UN report noting a 10% increase in deployment this year alone. These drones use real-time data analysis to identify and strike, raising fears of machines deciding human lives without human input. Should machines hold such power? The ethical debate intensifies as nations race to deploy this tech, with some calling for a ban. We need global rules, perhaps an AI Geneva Convention, to set boundaries. Like if this hits home. Share your regulation ideas below. Comment now. Beyond hiring and deepfakes, AI is deeply influencing healthcare decisions. In 2025, AI diagnostic tools in the UK's NHS are rejecting 10% of patient referrals, driven by cost-saving algorithms that prioritize profit over patient care. A disturbing case study from London showed an AI system misdiagnosing a patient with a critical condition, delaying treatment by weeks. Human oversight eventually corrected it. This incident highlights the danger of over-reliance on AI without robust checks. Dr. Guest Name. How do we balance efficiency and safety in healthcare AI? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Human oversight must remain, with AI as a tool, not a ruler. Agreed. And this balance is crucial as AI expands globally. Another critical area, AI in law enforcement. Facial recognition systems in India flagged 15% false positives this year, leading to wrongful arrests and public outrage. One Delhi resident spent 48 hours in custody before being cleared, a stark reminder of AI's potential for error. This pushes for stricter AI audits and transparency in how these systems are trained. Experts suggest regular bias testing and public disclosure of algorithms. Like, if this concerns you, what ethical line should AI not cross?
Comment, Bill?
The broader impact includes AI in education, where grading systems are automating assessments, raising questions about fairness. A 2025 report from UNESCO noted that AI graders missed 12% of nuanced student responses, favoring standardized answers. This could widen educational gaps if not addressed. Doctor, guest name, can AI ever be fully trusted in education? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Only with continuous human review and diverse data. A vital point as we move forward. Turn on notifications and subscribe for more insights. Segment 2 hours and 18 minutes, 33:00. Next, the job automation wave. By 2025, AI could automate 40% of global work hours, 800 million jobs at risk, says McKinsey. This transformation is reshaping industries at an unprecedented pace. Picture this. Self-driving trucks are rolling in the US and China, with Tesla reporting a 15% increase in autonomous fleets this year. These trucks use advanced sensors and machine learning to navigate highways, reducing human error by 25%. Coders feel it. GitHub Copilot writes 30% of code in some startups, streamlining development but threatening traditional coding roles. Even artists. DALL-E 3 created 1 million artworks in 2025, outpacing humans with stunning precision. This tool relies on generative adversarial networks, trained on vast art datasets. But hope exists. Dr. Guest name says, new jobs will emerge in oversight, ethics, and training. This shift promises a future where humans guide AI rather than compete with it. Oxford predicts 30% of jobs may vanish by 2030, but roles like AI ethicists, up 50% demand this year, are growing rapidly. These ethicists ensure AI aligns with human values, a role in high demand across tech firms. Upskilling is key. Coursera saw a 60% spike in AI courses, reflecting a global push to adapt. A Texas truck driver retrained as an AI fleet manager, now earning 20% more by overseeing autonomous logistics. This example shows how reskilling can turn threats into opportunities. Subscribe for career tips. Like, if AI excites you, what skill are you learning? Tell us below. In retail, AI chatbots handle 40% of customer service in 2025, cutting 1.5 million jobs globally. These chatbots use natural language processing to resolve queries, but they lack human empathy. But this births roles like AI customer experience designers, experts who train chatbots to be empathetic. In Germany, a retailer hired 500 such designers, boosting sales by 10% through improved customer satisfaction. Manufacturing's next. AI robots assemble cars 20% faster, threatening 2 million factory workers. These robots use real-time adjustments to enhance efficiency, but they require human oversight. Yet, AI maintenance technicians are in demand, up 30% in Japan this year, with salaries 18% higher. A Toyota worker retrained and now oversees robot repairs, ensuring smooth production lines. Subscribe for more job tips. Like, if you're in manufacturing, what industry do you think AI will hit next? Tell us. In finance, AI trades stocks at 50% of Wall Street's volume, risking 300,000 analyst jobs. These AI systems analyze market trends in milliseconds, outpacing human traders. But AI risk assessors are rising, earning 25% more by evaluating AI-driven investment risks. The pattern: adapt or pivot as industries evolve with technology. Segment 4 hours and 45 minutes to 1 hour. Let's explore AI's impact on the environment. By 2025, artificial intelligence has become a double-edged sword for our planet. On the positive side, AI is driving significant environmental gains. Smart grids powered by AI have cut Europe's carbon emissions by 3% this year, saving millions of tons of CO2. In Africa, AI-driven agricultural models have boosted crop yields by 5%, feeding an additional 2 million people across drought-prone regions. These advancements rely on predictive analytics, using satellite data to optimize water and fertilizer use. But the cost is steep. Training large AI models consumes energy equivalent to powering 1,000 homes annually, according to a 2025 Greenpeace report. Data centers supporting AI operations now account for 2% of global carbon emissions, a figure expected to rise as demand grows. This energy hunger comes from complex neural networks processing trillions of calculations. Dr. Guest name, a leading expert in sustainable tech. Can AI ever be truly green? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Yes, with renewable energy and efficient designs. A promising perspective that offers hope. Companies like Google are pioneering this shift, testing solar-powered AI systems that have reduced energy consumption by 20% in their latest trials. Microsoft followed suit, launching a wind-powered data center in Scandinavia, cutting emissions by 15%. Yet, the challenge remains. Over-reliance on AI for climate solutions risks masking human responsibility to reduce waste and adopt sustainable habits. A 2025 study from the University of California warns that without addressing energy use, AI could offset climate gains by 2030. Like, if you care about the planet, share your green AI ideas below. Have you seen AI help your local environment? Come on now. Turn on notifications for more insights. Segment 5. 1 hour to 1 hour and 25 minutes. Let's dive into AI's transformative role in education. By 2025, artificial intelligence has revolutionized learning for 20 million students globally. This shift began with personalized AI tutors, adapting lessons to individual needs. In Singapore, a pioneering program implemented AI-driven education, raising test scores by 15% among secondary students over the past year. These tutors use machine learning to analyze student performance, adjusting content in real time. But the revolution comes with risks. A major data breach in Brazil earlier this year exposed 50,000 student records, including personal details and grades, raising alarms about privacy. The breach occurred due to weak encryption in an AI learning platform, highlighting a critical vulnerability. AI graders, designed to automate assessments, also pose challenges. A 2025 UNESCO report found that these systems missed 12% of nuanced student responses, favoring standardized answers over creative ones. This bias could widen educational gaps, especially in developing nations. Dr. Guest name, a respected educator and AI researcher. How do we secure education with AI? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Strong encryption and teacher oversight are essential to protect students, a vital point that underscores the need for balance. Solutions are emerging. Hybrid models, where AI assists rather than replaces teachers, are gaining traction. In Canada, a pilot program trained 1,000 educators to integrate AI into classrooms, boosting student engagement by 25% and improving retention rates. The program used AI to suggest interactive exercises, while teachers provided human context. Another example comes from India, where rural schools adopted AI language tutors, helping 500,000 students learn English, cutting illiteracy rates by 8%. Yet, challenges persist. Over-reliance on AI could reduce critical thinking if students depend too heavily on automated feedback. A study from Oxford this year noted a 10% drop in problem-solving skills among students using AI tutors exclusively. To counter this, educators are designing curricula that blend AI tools with hands-on projects. In Australia, a university introduced AI-assisted coding classes, where students debug AI-generated code, enhancing their skills by 30%. Like, if you're a student or a teacher, have you experienced AI in your education? Comment your story below. The cultural impact is also significant. AI is translating textbooks into local languages, reaching 2 million non-English speakers in Southeast Asia. This inclusivity expands access, but risks losing cultural nuances if translations are automated without review. Doctor, guest name, can AI preserve educational diversity? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response, only with human input to reflect local cultures. An insightful approach that guides future development. Privacy remains a hot topic. With 20 million students using AI platforms, data protection laws are lagging. The European Union is drafting stricter regulations, proposing fines of up to 4% of company revenue for breaches. In contrast, some Asian countries prioritize speed over security, leaving gaps. A recent survey showed 60% of parents demand more control over their children's data. Like, if you're concerned about privacy. Share your thoughts on data security below. Turn on notifications for more education insights. Looking ahead, AI could predict student dropout rates, intervening early. A trial in the U.S. identified at-risk students with 85% accuracy, offering counseling that reduced dropouts by 12%. This predictive power relies on analyzing attendance, grades, and social factors. However, ethical questions arise. Should AI judge a student's future? Schools in Scandinavia are debating this, with 70% of educators favoring human-led decisions. Doctor, guest name, what's the right balance? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. AI should support, not decide, with teacher approval. A fair stance that protects student autonomy. Subscribe for updates on AI in education. Finally, the economic angle. Investing in AI education tools costs schools $500 million globally in 2025, but returns include a 15% increase in graduate employability. In Kenya, a low-cost AI app trained 100,000 students in digital skills, creating 5,000 new jobs. This shows AI's potential to bridge economic divides. Like, if you see hope in this. Comment your vision for AI in schools. Turn on notifications to stay informed. Segment 6, 1 hour and 25 minutes to 1 hour and 50 minutes. Let's tackle the critical topic of AI in cybersecurity. By 2025, artificial intelligence has become both a shield and a weapon in the digital world. On the defensive side, AI detects 40% more cyber threats than human analysts, according to a Cisco report released this year. This capability stems from machine learning algorithms that analyze patterns in real time, identifying malware before it spreads. In the US, an AI system blocked a sophisticated ransomware attack targeting 500,000 devices earlier this year, saving billions in potential losses. The system used behavioral analysis to spot anomalies, a method now standard in corporate security. But the offensive side is equally alarming. Hackers are leveraging AI to generate phishing emails that are 50% more convincing, tricking even tech-savvy users. A notable 2025 attack in Japan saw AI-crafted malware steal $10 million from a major bank, exploiting vulnerabilities in outdated software. This malware adapted to security updates, showcasing AI's evolving threat. Doctor, guest name, a cybersecurity expert. How do we stay ahead of these AI-powered attacks? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Continuous AI updates and human vigilance are our best defense. A strategy that combines technology and human insight. Governments are responding. In Europe, 10,000 cybersecurity specialists were trained this year to counter AI threats, funded by a $200 million EU initiative. These specialists focus on AI-driven threat detection, reducing breach response time by 30%. In contrast, developing nations struggle, with only 5% of firms able to afford such training. This gap could widen global cyber inequalities. like if you're worried about hacks. Have you faced a cyber threat? Share your experience below. Turn on notifications for more tips. The technology behind this dual role is fascinating. Defensive AI uses deep learning to predict attacks, achieving 85% accuracy in simulations. A case in South Korea saw an AI system thwart a state-sponsored hack, protecting 1 million users. Offensive AI, however, employs generative models to create polymorphic viruses that change form to evade detection. A 2025 study from MIT estimated that 20% of new malware now uses this technique. This arms race requires constant innovation. Doctor, guess name, can AI outpace its own threats? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Only with proactive research and global collaboration. A call for united effort. Privacy concerns also escalate. AI security tools collect vast user data, raising fears of misuse by corporations. A scandal in the UK revealed an AI firm selling customer browsing habits, prompting a 2025 data protection law. This law mandates transparency, but enforcement lags, with only 10% compliance so far. Like if you're concerned about privacy. What security measures do you trust? Subscribe for updates. The economic impact is staggering. Cyber attacks cost the global economy $6 trillion annually in 2025, with AI amplifying losses by 15%. Small businesses, lacking AI defenses, face 70% higher risks, driving calls for affordable solutions. In response, startups in Israel developed low-cost AI security tools, adopted by 5,000 firms, cutting breaches by 20%. This innovation could level the playing field. Doctor, guess name, how can small businesses protect themselves? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Affordable AI tools and basic training can bridge the gap. Practical advice for all? Turn on notifications to stay safe. Looking ahead, AI could predict cyber trends, offering preemptive patches. A trial in Germany forecasted a phishing wave, enabling 90% of targeted firms to prepare. However, false positives disrupted 5% of operations, showing the need for refinement. Like if you see potential in this. Share your cybersecurity future vision below. Subscribe for the latest. Segment 7. 1 hour and 50 minutes to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now, let's dive into the complex world of AI governance. With artificial intelligence's power growing exponentially by 2025, the question arises, who controls this technology? The answer shapes our future, balancing innovation with accountability. This year, 20 countries have launched dedicated AI regulatory bodies to oversee development and deployment. The European Union leads with its AI Act, banning high-risk applications like facial recognition in public spaces unless strictly justified. This law imposes fines up to 6% of annual revenue for non-compliance, pushing tech giants to adapt. In contrast, China prioritizes state control, using AI for surveillance, with 30% of its cities equipped with smart cameras by 2025. This creates a global patchwork of rules, complicating international cooperation. Doctor, guest name, a governance expert, is unified AI governance possible? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Yes, but it needs international cooperation and shared standards, a vision that requires diplomatic effort. Without unified governance, AI could deepen global inequalities. Wealthy nations with advanced AI might dominate, while poorer regions lag, facing 15% higher job losses. A 2025 World Bank report highlights this divide, noting that 60% of African nations lack AI policy frameworks. This gap fuels calls for a global AI charter. The United Nations hosted a summit this year, gaining 50% support for a draft charter that proposes transparency and ethical guidelines. Yet, Disagreements persist, with 30% of nations opposing mandatory rules. Like, if you support regulation, what governance model do you envision?
Comment dis-le?
Turn on notifications for policy updates. The economic stakes are high. Regulating AI costs governments $300 billion annually in 2025, but benefits include a 10% reduction in AI-related harms, like biased hiring. In the U.S., the Federal AI Oversight Board reduced false positives in loan approvals by 12% through strict audits. However, overregulation risks stifling innovation, with startups reporting a 20% drop in funding due to compliance costs. Doctor, guest name, how do we balance regulation and growth? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Flexible frameworks that adapt to tech advances. A practical solution for progress. Cultural differences also shape governance. In Japan, AI ethics emphasize harmony, integrating community feedback into robot design. A Tokyo firm adjusted its AI assistant based on 10,000 citizen inputs, boosting trust by 25%. Meanwhile, in Brazil, governance focuses on inclusivity, ensuring AI serves indigenous languages, reaching 1 million speakers. This diversity enriches global standards, but complicates consensus. Like, if you value cultural input. Share thoughts on AI ethics below. Subscribe for more. Privacy concerns drive governance debates. AI systems collect 50% more data than a decade ago, raising fears of surveillance. A 2025 scandal in Australia exposed an AI firm selling user profiles, prompting a national inquiry. The inquiry recommended real-time data deletion, adopted by 40% of firms. Yet, enforcement varies, with 20% of companies ignoring rules due to weak penalties. Doctor, guest name, how can governance protect privacy? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Strong laws and independent audits are key. A step toward trust. Turn on notifications to stay informed. The future of governance lies in public participation. In Sweden, a 2025 AI forum involved 100,000 citizens in shaping policy, leading to a 15% increase in public support. This model could inspire global adoption, but scaling it requires $50 million per country. Challenges include digital literacy, with 30% of the world offline. Like, if you want a voice in AI rules. Comment your participation ideas below. Subscribe for governance trends. International tensions add complexity. The US and China clash over AI patents, with 10,000 disputes filed this year. A trade agreement failed, delaying joint AI safety projects by 6 months. This rivalry could split tech development, with Europe mediating a neutral zone. Doctor, guest name, can rivalries be resolved? Pause 5 seconds for imagined response. Through shared goals like climate solutions, a hopeful outlook. Like, if you see peace in tech. Share your solution below. Turn on notifications.
Outro, 44.2.00, 45.2.00.
That's a wrap. AI's risks are real, but its potential is huge. Regulate now, upskill fast, stay informed. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, hit notifications, and share to go viral. Tell us your AI vision in the comments. See you next time for #AI Future. Goodbye.